Alright guys, sorry in advance. This is going to be a pretty short video, probably between 5 and 10 minutes, because I've had a very busy week and not a lot of time to do this. And along with that, there isn't a ton to talk about. The number 1 and 2 teams for Kanto are pretty much a lock. It is impossible for Kote to move up and get a bye, but he did clinch making it to the playoffs by getting to 9 wins against the Oklahoma City Thunderous. Gubs has been a lock for a little while. The the Johto Conference is essentially the same as it's always been. It's locked. It's still John, Joe, followed by Tom, and that's not really going to change either. So the only things we have left to talk about is who's going to get in the third place spot and who's still viable for that. The Sawsbucks losing knocked them out of contention. The Thunderous losing does not knock them out of contention, but puts them even further behind the 8-ball than they already were. The Red Sox winning their match moves them up to a better spot where all the Red Sox have to do is win. If they beat the New York Yankees this week, they're in. No matter what Alex does, he can't beat them. He can't catch up to them in wins. So if the Red Sox win, they go up to 9 wins, which no one else can beat, which means they're in. They're good. They're set to go. If the Red Sox lose to the Yankees, then the Yankees are in contention but still don't have it clinched. They'll be at 8 and 6 tied with the Red Sox, but even a 1-0 win by the Yankees will actually put differential in their favor and knock the Red Sox out of the running. So if they win, he beats Nick out. However, at that point, Alex and the Oklahoma City Thunderous, I should say, will still have a chance. Then it'll come down to they have to win their match, and they have to win it with a massive differential. In order for Alex and the Oklahoma City Thunderous to make the playoffs, this is what has to happen. Shady has to beat Nick by no more than 2. If he beats him by 2, Shady will go up to +2 differential. In that situation, Alex would have to win with a 6-0 and then beat Shady in a tiebreaker. Optimally, Alex wants Shady to win by 1, meaning if he wins with a 6-0, he makes it in, or if he wins with a 5-0, he can then go to a tiebreaker. Those are the only ways Alex makes it in. If he wins with 4-0, doesn't matter. If he wins anything less than that, it's irrelevant, and there's no way that he can win it. If Shady wins by anything more than 2-0, there's absolutely no way Alex can do anything about it. So all Nick has to do is win, which is the least amount of pressure. All Shady has to do is win by a differential of 3-0 or higher, which is pretty reasonable. Most of the matches this season have been 3-0. So a 3-0 differential is not an impossible thing for him to get in this match. It's reasonably solid, and it would secure his playoff spot in the final week. Alex is the guy who, again, just massively behind the 8-ball, and he only has a very small window of pulling off a massive sweep, playing extremely well, and hoping another person's match goes the way he needs it to. Destiny is, for the most part, out of his hands. Even if he plays the best game of his life and gets a 6-0 sweep, he still has to just hope that the other match goes the same way. That's a bad spot to be in, but that is the spot he's in. And again, sorry this is going to be such a short video, but that's really all I kind of have time to do right now. I do hope it suffices you and satisfies your need to know what's going on in the league. And it should serve to be a great hype thing. Like, that's a pretty intense little gauntlet of things that have to go right for people to make it in and for things to go certain ways. You know, in week 14, it's still possible for 2 teams to tie into the playoffs and for the team that's ahead of them to lose and get knocked out. That's pretty drama-filled. It's going to be pretty intense. Definitely, while not the most intense match that's coming up this week, I think that match is going to go to the Arizona Deoxys versus the New Orleans Pelipers. The fact that Shady and Nick, the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox, match affects so much going into the playoffs, makes it the must-watch match of the week. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes down and what happens. And also, if it does happen in a way that allows Alex to capitalize, will he be able to be capitalized under his own pressure? That's a lot of hype. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on. I'm really excited for the playoffs. I'm really excited even for just these matches this week before we head into the playoffs. So again, guys, sorry for the short video, but I hope you enjoyed it anyways. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you later.